Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something clicked.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
And it feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Okay. Before I ask if there are any parts you want to explore, do you have any follow-up, anything you want to share about the part we worked with last time, about the judgment of appearance and weight?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool because that feels, it feels, so much better. Before I was just, I guess the part was constantly obsessing about that. And now that just feels, that obsession feels gone.
All right.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's really cool.
Did you feel like you needed to keep revisiting it frequently, or did you do that, or was it more just our session and the work we did that day?
It was more just our session. I did, put my hand on my belly and kind of checked in, and it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Great. Well, yeah. Any parts you'd like to get to know or explore today?
Yeah. I know we've worked with these parts a lot, so I don't know if it's, I know that a lot of times it seems like there's layers and there's different parts that do similar things. And so I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm there's a part that just has the foot on the gas. And it's just we have to constantly be doing and or disconnected, just it feels like it's impossible. I know it's not, but it feels impossible for me to just be present. This part just wants me to constantly either be doing or to be watching TV, or and a lot of times when I'm watching TV, it's like, okay, we need to be doing something else too, just that constant moving.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned how it may be connected to parts we've worked with before. Is there anything that you want to share that's, well, just more that you've noticed about that, or like things that have worked well or that would be useful for us to keep in mind as kind of breadcrumbs from any of that past work?
I'm trying to remember. I know we talked to overproductive parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure. I don't know if it's so much producing or being busy.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe producing is part of it. It's, there is like, maybe there's a hit of dopamine when I accomplish something or finish something. But even, like I was saying, even TV is not really accomplish anything, but it's like, okay, my mind is occupied so that I'm not just sitting and being present with myself,
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah. We can try to get to know it.
Sure.
Can you identify where it is in or around your body when it comes up?
I'd say, there's a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders, and kind of a fear, anxiety in my chest.
Okay. And how are you feeling towards it now?
Yeah, part of me is curious, but there's also part that is frustrated, or feels kind of helpless. Like this part is just taken over, and it feels like there's no room for anything else.
Mm-hmm. Would it be good to hear more from that part? The one that's frustrated? Or do you want to just ask it to step back?
Yeah, maybe I'll try asking to step back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay with that.
Great. Okay. So you're connecting with the foot on the gas part. Just see if you can find out what it wants you to know.
Okay. I'm seeing like it's like an adult size me, and it's making these robotic moves and saying, we got to stay busy. We got to stay busy. We got to stay busy. You know, at all costs, we have to stay busy. Yeah.
Okay. You could ask what it's afraid would happen if it didn't.
Okay.
If you didn't stay busy.
It's saying we don't know what would happen. Oh, like it's just like it is a robot, like it's just been programmed to stay busy and it doesn't know why.
Okay. How does it like its job?
So it seems like there's a kid like operating the robot or robots. Because when I that was confusing. It's like, well, why? How can you not know why? Or, you know, how can you not know what you're afraid of? And then a younger kid kind of came in, like I said he, I don't know if it's he, but like he was controlling the robots, kind of like a puppet master, and said, and when I asked about how do you like the job, he said, "Oh, it's exhausting."
Yeah, the kid said that?
Yeah. Kind of like fell on the floor to demonstrate, like, oh, it's just exhausting.
Yeah. Okay. So just let them know that you get that and you see that. See what else he has to tell you.
Okay. it kind of showed me it's like he has he's in a center of a circle, and he has these like robots all around him that he's kind of projecting to the world, and so that he can stay safe, and nobody bothers him or can get to him. And it came to mind the time I think I shared with you, it was a few months ago, maybe, when I was in the store and there was a man who was being abusive towards his kid. And yeah, it just reminds me that there's a lot of cruelty in the world, and to adults too, but especially upsetting is the cruelty towards kids. And it's like it gets so overwhelming that it feels like I think that part doesn't want me to feel that, because I get so overwhelmed. I feel like, oh, I don't want to be here. Like, this world is too cruel.
Yeah.
And I feel helpless,
Makes sense to me. And how are you feeling towards him now as you learn that?
Compassionate.
And maybe you've already learned this and heard this from him, but how does the busyness keep him safe from that overwhelm or seeing the world as cruel?
It's like a wall or a shield. The robots, the world can't see him, and he can't see the world.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he's trying to keep you or your system from experiencing all of that overwhelm, not wanting to be here, world being so cruel, by using the robots, using the busyness as a barrier, as a shield.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like he has a protective role. Protecting from that pain.
Yeah.
Okay. See if you can show him some appreciation for that.
yeah, he's let me hug him and like pick him up and hug him. But then it's interesting. He's kind of like, he's fighting me and then he's relaxing and embracing and then fighting and then embracing. It's like this loop almost.
Is the fighting like wanting to get back to busy or is it something else?
Yeah, wanting to get back to busy, like like a fear. I've got to do this. And then he's like, oh, but this feels good. And then, oh no, I gotta be busy.
Yeah. When you're in this place and you're in this place with him, do you have that same sense, or do you have parts that are still saying, you know, yes, the world is cruel, it is all helpless? Or do you have kind of another view of it that you can just show him?
Yeah, I think there are other parts that feel, that the world is cruel and helpless. Yeah.
And you can check this out with him. Are those are the parts he protects?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, what feels right? Would you like to spend more time with him or try to go towards some of those other parts now?
Yeah, I'd like to try to go to some of the other parts.
Okay, yeah. Check that out with him if he trusts you to do that.
Yeah, he's okay with that. He kind of relaxed when I said that, because like he feels relief, like he doesn't have to be in charge.
That's right. Yeah. Great. Okay. So where do you notice those parts that are feeling helpless or that the world is too cruel?
In my face, neck and shoulders, and chest also.
Okay. I just want to check if there are any other protectors that don't want you going there. Just see how you're feeling towards the part.
Okay. Yeah, I think one protector comes up that's like judging and why can't you be normal? Why can't you just see the world, positively? There's like this positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you respond to that?
Yeah, I think I'll ask it to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So can you get closer to that world is too cruel part? And just see what you notice about it.
There's a lot of sadness. It's and the part seems to be like kind of like sitting on its knees and like hunched over, and just crying in pain, and set from the sadness. And the time popped up. I think I shared this, I don't know, a long time ago probably, but when I was probably like 4, and a girl came over, and she was taking a bath, and then she pooped in the tub, and she tried to hand it to me, and then my mom ended up taking care of it, but the fear in her face, it just made me so sad, how terrified, like a little girl, just so terrified. And I think I felt the same way. So it's probably,
yeah,
at least part of why I was so sad. But I don't know, that moment came up, just that fear.
Mm-hmm. And are you feeling all right with this amount of sadness and fear? I mean, do you feel like you can titrate it or step back if you need to, if it feels too overwhelming?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Great. Yeah, just let the part know that you see that sadness, that you're okay with it, and you're okay with it showing you this memory and anything else it has to show you.
Okay. It's been showing me times that I've been impatient with kids. And yeah, I guess I'm feeling a lot of like, sorry, there's a phone call at the end. There's a lot of shame about that.
Does that shame feel like it comes from this part you're talking with? Is it the part's shame, or is the part kind of shaming you? And
Hello?
yeah.
Is that better?
Much, much better.
Okay. I'm just moving the car. It was in the garage, and just, sometimes that like blocks.
Okay. So you're talking about the shame and where that feels like that's coming from?
Yeah, it feels like it's a different part. It feels like this part is showing me the situations. I don't know why exactly. If it's saying, if it's trying to show me that, you know, I've been impatient also. Mm-hmm. To not like blame the world. Or yeah. And then the shame part feels separate.
Okay. Yeah, that'll make sense. You might just kind of respond to that part. I don't know. I just have a suggestion of kind of, you know, times that you've been impatient with kids are when you're not in self, when a part has been impatient with kids, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you might just kind of let it know that you see that, you know, you're not denying that that's happened, but that those are parts. And if you're in self now, that you want to just connect with this exile from self, and you can sort out those other parts wars another time.
Okay. And a thought comes up that comes to mind often. It's like, you know, why, and I don't know, it's probably not helpful, but it does come to mind, like, why can't we just be like, you know, animals, like dogs that are just loving, and, you know, they have that unconditional love and kindness, and I don't know, why did the world have to be made of you know, us humans that have this potential to reach for that power, and, you know, the potential to be for all the cruelty.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it all comes from different parts. And they're all parts that have good intentions for their systems.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, just hearing you say it, just
and dogs are cheating. Dogs have been selectively bred by humans to be nice to humans forever. Like, I mean, that's of all the biological examples. It's like, oh well, yeah, dogs. Oh, we made them love us.
Yeah.
But
well, hearing you
go ahead.
Remind me that it's all parts that have good intentions, that it feels like that, reframes it a little bit for me, where it's reminding me that it's not like, intentional cruelty so much as people's parts reacting and trying to protect them.
Yeah, and they come from somewhere. They're not. Mm-hmm. It's never in a vacuum. It's never just because somebody's evil and crazy. There's always a history. Whether that's a personal history or it's a genetic, lineage kind of history. It's all there for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, there's such a strong, in my family, there's such a strong, like black and white thinking about, oh, they're evil, they're bad.
Right.
And
right.
It's easy for me to get sucked into that and not think about it. What?
I mean, it's totally natural, and that's. Yeah. I think that's the normal state, and that's the non-IFS state. So.
Yeah.
I think we all go there sometimes. So you're able to. Are those parts settled back, and are you able to get back to this sad exile?
Yeah.
Maybe just show her that, how you're able to negotiate with these other parts, how you see these other parts that are in her orbit, and that you're able to work with them. Maybe just see what else she has to show you.
And she's showing me there's like she feels responsible for protecting the kids. She has it's like she's laying on the ground now, facing up to the sky, and she has all these strings coming out all around her body that are like attaching to, children in the world, or maybe even adults that have been in pain. And she feels like she has to like hold on to all of them and save, pull them up and save them.
Yeah. A lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Does she know where that comes from? Why she's responsible, or why she feels that way?
I'll ask. And she said, if I don't do it, then no one else will do it, and they're gonna drown.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. And what does she think about trusting you to help her, and maybe to help her start to let go of that belief, if that's possible? Would she be open to that?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, sorry, I packed a lot in there. What does she think about the idea of allowing you or trusting you to help her in any way? And also to help her let go of that belief that she's responsible.
Here, I'll ask. Yeah, so I was, it wasn't really, I don't know, intentional, but I guess I was intentional. Anyway, I started cutting the strings around her and saying, it's not your responsibility to save everyone, and that all we can do is be our best selves and tell our story, and the rest isn't up to us.
How does she feel about that?
She feels relieved, but also a little unsure.
Yeah. Yeah, see if there's anything else she wants to share with you, to just trust you and trust that you have, that you can take care of her.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of thoughts are going through. She's saying, that we're, she's like, well, we're not really being our true selves right now, like in the world. And, I was saying I'm still working on that. There are still parts that I'm, working with, and
Right.
trying to blend from, yeah, I guess I was just saying I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
And she said, well, maybe I can help. And I said, that would be great.
Yeah, if she was freed up from all that other stuff, she could be her true self.
Yeah.
And she could contribute in the ways that a 4-year-old, and all the wisdom of a 4-year-old, not be tied down or tied to all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can let her know this is all part of the process of you becoming that way and being that way.
Okay. she's okay with that, with it being a process.
Yeah. Okay. What would you like to do next with her?
I mean, I feel like the process, the redo and the unburdening and all that would be helpful. I don't know exactly what she would redo or how, but
okay. Could ask her if she feels like she's stuck in a time.
Okay. Yeah, she does.
Okay. So then you would go back into her time and be there for her in the way that she needed somebody.
Yeah, so I went back to that incident in the bathtub, and I did basically what my mom did, like got toilet paper and took the poop and put it in the toilet and just kind of was there for that little girl instead of, like kind of standing back and freezing and then judging.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just imagined like different scenarios where I was more loving and,
yeah, to both of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See if there's anything else that she'd like for you to see you do with her or for her.
Okay. Yeah, she just wants me to be loving and kind.
Okay. You can invite her out of that time to come be with you if she's ready.
Okay. Yeah, she wants to come and be with me.
Great. Okay. You know the next steps.
Yeah.
Asking about parts in her body. Or beliefs. Beliefs like that she has to be responsible for everyone else.
To unburden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she wants to give it up to air.
Okay. Okay. Help her out with that.
Okay.
Tell her to do it until it's all out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I wrote down a few of those beliefs and burdens. If you want, I could share them with you just to maybe check with her on how each of them are.
Okay.
One was about the world being too cruel. Another about her being helpless. Another about her feeling responsible for protecting so many people.
Yeah, all that feels better now. Feels, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And maybe one about, how you're being in the world, whether you're being your true self or just kind of her feelings about that.
Yeah. She said, I see we're still working on that, and
yeah,
it's okay.
Awesome. Protectors from the beginning of the conversation, foot on the gas, boy with the robots. You want to invite him in to see what's taking place?
Yeah. He's happy. He's like, whoa, thank you so much.
Yeah, you can invite him to consider if he would like to reevaluate his role, or
okay.
Yeah, or if there's anything he would like to give up.
He's happy. He's kind of like dancing and.
All right.
Yeah.
And I know we've covered a lot, but just so I can check it off my list here, you did mention, these other parts coming in, shaming about when you've been impatient with kids. I don't know if you want to address any of that or bring them in to witness.
I kind of feel like that's like, it might take more time than we have.
Okay.
It feels like, yeah.
Okay. Maybe just something to bookmark or to.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just thinking if it did feel very connected with this exile, you might just send him a little postcard from where you are now.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay. All complete?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Okay. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.